Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fellow Gambians, brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ngo, mbe mo be kontona musu kafurinke dindin keba. Nga mo be konton mo morning atuma ko benji be kanja. Mbina mimfola, what I am coming to say. As a Muslim, and of course, as a Gambian, and as, somebody with sense of reasoning. Lafta ni mole kacha. Ntemu mole timi alonko. Maybe mojama malong. A lot of people see me from distance. A lot of people see me from afar. And they judge me by our interaction on the virtual space, that is on social media. And as a result, you have a lot of names that people will call you. But kukilim kumata, it's always important for humans to dialogue. It's always important for people to have conversations based on civility, that is ka kuol domandoman katamani hakilola, and to also base discussions and arguments on principles, on grounds, on evidence. Anim fanang nse diamu nga kacha bakaos fofana akamimfo. Nse wali, that is nkangwal se wali nyoya. Our views can be diverged. I mean, our views can be different. Bari nkakali kuya wala nkana abula nyola nka kumol fonyoe nka kumakawol fonyoe mini alonko nafati la adung imanke kumakan nitu mini alonko tonya kumakawol lem. Because kukilim kwe dandema. BBBB, I'm going to give a very serious example. BBBB, ninde bota NPP ntata UDP. Jamal Ben nenkam B. Billahi tennen. Because ya bidifleko woto mumo kendolt. Nimbota NPP B. Ntata UDPB minu bennenka wellel benkele teri kende balti woto ning atumo ko tennel nim mantra ku killing alin kana nyone nkana mira ko dol mu toleleti dol manke tolelti nkana mira fananko nin ite femfo ite be kamfari mo kamma ite ye modo ke jawoti nin do ma woka jawoti. If another you want people to see your enemies as their enemies. If that is not the case, you have a problem. And that makes Gambian social media, Gambian virtual space, a very toxic one. Kukilinde, nka kul kumasi janla. Kukilinde nte, maybe minu kanne malong. I have been through and I have passed through the worst. Like I go past the worst of situations. And so, nte buka worry wala. My level of emotional intelligence is very high. It's very high. You understand? We need to make things very civil. And we need to have a conversation that is evidence-based and is based on, let's say, ite nyine fo barinta malala. Ite nyine fo ntenga nyineje. Ite nyine fo barinta nyineje. Sign. Muna nafa mbenyi nkachala. Billahi wallahi tallahi. Mbe sundin. Mbenna tilu woro sungol billahi wallahi taala adumbe sirin jam mbe sirin na sal kulor kan sannen salamu alaykum ta ngasali kulor sannen pareta woton bina few fem fola nin ala talla tema nin alkiyama lolu nka fo walla nte mantra do kula barola manza kunda albe alonne dunia be alonne ntolle nga NPP lo dunia be alonne fananko ndol mantra koma NPP ka keloke mbanyi manza kunda ka alondi ba dunia be alonne ko nde mantra salary soto ka manza kunda dunia be wolonne andunde mantra salary nyini na manza kunda nana mantra modani kampalas la maybe atolla miro moldi bari nde mantra wola bari na manza kunda lo nyindi bari tonyani onata nde kala fi wole fola nim kodo tinyata manza kunda hani adama barole atinya nde Ahmad Gitteh nate agrilal nim kodo tinyata minister hani minister Jumale atinya let's say minister of fisheries, because the closest minister to me is Musa Drame. Hannatuma Musa Drame le atinya. Wallahi kalta alala mansomi alongo mbe sundi wole nte agri lala. Minu ye long from close distance. Minu ya long nte mu jumalti. Ya lon ne mu adama din jumalti. Nana ata tilingola aning alanya sila. Woto ninga fengo jembe kachala. Nkakali nyoneng. Alin kana nyoneng. Dokimeno le findita. Dokimeno min findita diamo min be kerinje. Tonya diamunte. Nga diamo dolije wol manke tonyati. Ordinarily, I will not disturb myself because Ali Ajal, what's on Gambia, a message Jamal lefinding about GRA, Ports Authority, Central Government Audit Reports, Alnane Ajalanga objection osafi. Go and find out. There is never a day ndeta what's on Gambia nyine fo ngata anko what's on Gambia nyine fo nga document no nyim fa ta nga post ntakela. Because fenne mi alongo, it might be true. And it's not my problem. But in a message or leje minu be circulate come follow. Document ole leakta, a document o fela mba itan la molla, mba read la, nga nyo kalamuta je. The other problem we have is, nteni hajen kalaf kana Facebook, amanke ko la Facebook diamo le kadianye. What I observe about Gambians, from my little intelligence and observation, as a person that is very good at looking and observing the trend, Gambian ol Bukari, they don't read to understand. Ibe safero ke la Facebook, the Gambian will look at you. Jumale benyim fengo safeka. Billahi te mu jumalta ka ole jibe kamin safe wotede. Nani man kambeng. He doesn't care whether you are writing from the Quran or the Hadith, or you are writing about God or the Prophet Muhammad or Debun. They don't care. So, Safero Jamani Akeke from Batani, because he comes in Safemol, they don't take time to read it. They don't, or some of them they read, they don't understand. But they are filled with anger, kamfaning, funo la katare konanim konantea. Ila comments only la reaction are purely based on Jumale in Safe. And not what message is contained in this particular post. Ibuka jibe. Wala nante nka time ta, instead of writing, just 3 minutes nga write, nka not time ta. It's very painful. I don't like coming to Facebook. You think I love Facebook Live? I don't like it. Moli amarante I like talking. No. Left a message ole ta. Barnia safe mol bukala mo. Ibuka faham. Ndela observation mol. Wale atinna mbuka safero ke bake. Wala nante ka prefer ka diamu to speak for people to understand. Nata jam. Ngo. Message ole fintita na diamo le keta. Diamo min keta. Aketa minna. Iko documento le leakta. Documento nying is called request for cash allocation. Request for cash allocation. Kodo, iko e wole allocate, it's a request for money to be allocated as per diem. Now, there are different versions of this that I will come up with. And I will want to shorten this discussion because Laftalanga couldn't clarify. The message reads, it says, Republic of the Gambia, Office of the President, State House, the Gambia. Extremely urgent. And this was on the 4th of April. Gitteh Fangola birthday. 4th of April is my birthday. It says, Permanent Secretary, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs, the Quadrangle Banjul. Request for cash allocation. I have been directed to write and request for a cash allocation of 3,625,957 Dalasi and 80 bututs. This will enable the office to pay for the per diems of the security officers who accompanied H's mother for medical checkup. H's mother for medical checkup. The Secretary, the Secretary General and other officers traveling from this office. The letter continued. The message continued. It says, attached is the copy of the costing for this trip. I count on your usual cooperation, Umar SM Diba, for Chief of Staff and Minister. Ni message oko President Adama Barrow, a State House ye saferoke, SMD bay safero ke Ministry of Finance ako mollel bije mini alon ko follow security officers wollel nim President Obama tamata President Obama tata abalole jibe ina tamata la atata banku jumale mawo jijam aseke mawo safe mawoje atata banku jumale mawof fatata Belgium le fo Angleterre fo France e mawof bara atata medical check-up la anim minnu tata security lu pour government na Ministry of Finance ye wala fenko jo ila padiamu wala number 1. Number 2, anin Secretary General Fanang and head of the civil service manza kundala dokulal bela nyatonko wo fana tamatale wo fana la padiamu pour ye ojo anin other officers wo officers olu imao ko indide bari kaito nata continue minna ako kaito dole be nyin kaito bala mi yalon ko wole cause triple nyin triple be la cause was kaito le wo information o soto ya faham. So that means there are 2 documents. One document is a briefing note, and those of you that work with government, I work with Canadian government, federal government, I work with immigration, you have a summary. Adu momo bijam fana mini alon ko doku ke fellong ni hani statistical report, ni statistics ye report ke ye detailed report survey. You usually will have a document that explains in detail, but you also have a document that is a briefing note, a short note to explain. That is an accompanying note. But you have a detailed explanation in a separate document. Message for SMD by will sign. SMD by will sign. Omar, go, Omar, give him juice. Go. Na sunguru bala lafta juice la. Go. No, acha, go. Umar, go. Ali, did you finish the Wanjo juice? Yes. Okay. You understand? So saying, SM dibami e saferoke. I kaito safe, I itandiroke ko. Kaiti follow I explanation okije. Bari wo kaiti follow na ata refer to another kaito. Kaiti dole fanambije mi alonko aya itandi ko. Ministry nying inyanta mol min jola ani inyante jola jellela ani itata trip jumala wo kaito mawoje. Kaiti fulalom. Ninyi ma momo lafta tilinening ala tema. Ni momo lafta tilina. Niye nyin kaito sambana. If you are an investigator, wale tilinda. Nin dinni wana da ko eko karifela ayembane. Ika fale karimune keda. Wala karifela ayembute. Ika da kari ale karimuna na nyiye bute. Qur'an wolfo ya ayyuhalladhina amanu in ja'akum fasiqun binaba'in fatabayyanu muslima ya ngamara dino wolfo. Adon dino na da kujamal fo alcohol kiskis alcohol ta aliye kuma sinkilum kanata. Atole saferoke dolbe president la muso president Obama banen wallahi mbe sundi molbe president Obama nen kan idol ko fang dol wol ko president Obama billahi wallahi tallahi dol ko en 3.6 million no ye wo dépense president Obama la jara lolka yo fo kayti jumal doja billahi wallahi tallahi mole saferoke ka president Obama nen billahi ngaje safere molka president Obama nen iko kaito mi yalonko ay wole safeten wo kaito ya itanile ko nyim kodo nyi 3.6 million dollars so president Obama president kodo ta ay wole spena kun muna na president be nyim kodo be spena president Obama la jara lokun jumale angale kan jumale ya fojan ko president Obama yo le jara nyim kodo yo fo mun dol kaito mbeola karanga. Sa adamadi wol ke mira nyadil. The document is very clear. I've been directed to write and request for cash allocation of $3.6 million. Of $3.6 million. This will enable The office to pay for the per diems of the security officers who accompanied HE's mother for medical checkup. The Secretary General and other officers traveling from this office. Secretary General and other officers traveling from this office. Saying, your interpretation of neither interpretation of Munyaneti Ko, because the per diem, it will enable them to pay the security officers accompanying the president's mother for medical checkup. That means ko ikanyim kodo de pansi president la moda le kampura la jaralo ite male kamimfu. That's number one. Adunga mol jele be ofokam munati nanteo diamula nintengo diamu ntelom kafirot ntelom mojaot ntelom banku dim kurumot ntelom saiko panot ntelom mansila alala. But I told me any message oje. Alia translate ko. President Obama yen $3.6 million so ya spend wala kunna. Atol silata alalalde. Anyon nonsense. Anyon kulubali ani horomanta yate kere. But I'll come all nente. I'm trying to be nice because forget about Barrow. Ntene atol be, we are all Gambians and everybody need a view sort of more view do sort of. Itala horomanta ya itala view molbe sonna wala. Bar molla view itata sonna wala. Wanyo horomanta ya lebe keri. Ngaje molbe nendirora. Ndebuka silade. Molmi yellong wali yellon. Barinka trale sa mbe keba yakang. Alanga hakili maya politiko kono meta politiko kono nganyo bunya nganyo horoma. But in the coming fana from Fontega min found Safianco. Ni message on yin, ni mari me and yin samanante, natumanum kwa Yamaka, be mansa kunda, be Gambia dingo le marco e kang. Because Ndanga Jelako ni mari munafi called me and yin fundindi. I have fundindi minna. I will a soto. Atol me alonka al malafi barola, al malafi mansa kundala, al malafi ni mansa kundala to di maifo. Atol le feo fenje drong mi along. Abe mansa to kuyala, abe Gambia to kuyala, tonyalon tonyata atol mankea. Nimmo fananata ale so hakilola. Iko ebe kuol nyim question. You have to question everything. Mansata lai wolf. Fas'alu ahla dhikri in kuntum la ta'lamun. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu in ja'akum fasikum binabayin fatabayanu. You have to have that mind to question every single thing. Ite latala. Ite ko tonyalo. Mansa kundabe koditinyal. Baronyo mo kurung. Baro bama nga moljebe. Baro bama nenda. Waste of taxpayers' money. Sande Ahmad Gitteh ko. That is your bloody business. Barinde ko. Nyinkaito kabirabe findila. Nyimano miye saferoke. I am making it very clear. He made it very clear on the paper. Ako. President Obama la security libe jolaje. Secretary General Fanan, Iba Jolaje, aning official dole, mini alonko wol fanali tamo dole ke minim President Obama la tamo man killing. Ibe Jolaje, ndeko, moja letata tamola, ndelafta kaolong. Mafoko nyilie minka bete ata, ndemof. Bari, President Obama ni moja letamata. We need to know that. Because it's very clear ko, President Obama la medical check-up wo kodoti nyinkon, ima ofoje. Momo wo fojebe wulia la president ka adatol UDP ko la dola because ngamol minje kannen jama balal mu UDP ko leti mfa dingol ota atol dolu minu ka diamu atol UDP ko dolu minu be nyim kulubale adiamol la labul albe kulubale adiamol ma fo UDP ko de minu be nyim foka albe wulia la albe kulubale adiamol alabula because moma fo janko president Obama la medical bilo yolo joja wulia kesolo ni leta mauf ite ka yeo message o bonni mundole woto ka foko president Obama iye olla medical bill o jonyin 3.6 million ite o bonni mundole. That is a bloody lie. Bar ninde ko mu wulialti ite ma woje ite ko mu tonyalti nte ngaje wote saferinje nte ko tonyande ite ko ndele problem oso. Are you well? The letter didn't say president's mother's medical bill. You added that there and that is not there. I saw it, it's not there. I said it's not there. Ite kontele nyama, ite nyamama. Yame ite be kendari. Ite ka ala jumalabatu. That is number one. Number two. Moja le tamata. Nyimi nyin kaito bondi. Natuma nunko tonya molem. Kaito ya itandile ko kaiti do bijele. Natuma nyiyalong nyiyamira ko government ye tinyarolke government ye sunyarolke government ye tapalelke ala dalilo mindi wolom atemu Gambia din kendolti Gambia din kende bale matet akam fatal nyin kodo mi alon ko government ba be spend kan atol bebe wala diamu kan alko padium waste of government resources ala fa fo mole ya spend munekan ala fa fo mole ndenga wala nyin karoke wo kayti do mi atu koma muna na atu koma na sonda ko tonya ye nyin kodo depense min kan tonya ndeng is a lie, is bloody waste of Gambian taxpayers money. Let him bring that document where everything is explained, the people that traveled, where they went, how many days they have traveled, and how much per diem each of them were paid. We want to know. The guy that leaked this document has that information because it's the same person that took all those documents. Atol kon kana o nyininka atol ka ala jumale bat ntolle mu wulolti ntol nga wala nyininka mi ya nyin document o bondi alko Gambia din kendolem akam fatale ibe molla kodole tinyaka barobe kodole depense ka ba tinyaka aka ba mala kodota aka bankola kodota aka ba ma jar hannatu mo wote kaitoto barali yo wuli alaje nko no problem nko bari nyin kaito ko kaiti dole fanani nyin kaito nata miya explain mojalle tata tamola nyin 3.6 million ye mojalle joje jumalle tata tamola muna nemo kaito bondina ndela miro mumindi olo nyindiko miya nyin kaito bondi he doesn't like this government. So the only reason why he is keeping that other document is because he knows that document will tell us what is spent is justified. That is why he bloody kept that other document. That is my assertion. If you have a different opinion, that is your bloody business. That's not Gitteh's business. Because ninta malla fi mola. Feo fembo mari tinyala mbolo fundindla. Muna neka o kaito mabo kaiti fulanjao. Natu manunko wobe baro tinyala. Bari yenyi mfundidije waya tinyala. Ni wodole ba tinyala bala. Muna neye o mabo. Because it's very clear there are two documents. Why did you bloody keep the other document? If you know that that document is saying, is even indicating a lot worse about Barrow and a lot more waste of public resources. My conclusion as an educated person, an independent-minded individual is that that person that produced this document is a bloody hypocrite. He knew that the document is justified, the money that is spent is well justified, but he tried to keep the document that is going to explain to Gambian people reasonably that yes, this is $3.6 million, but Hafi Alimbatu. Hi. I alone neko wo document do I mean to coma fenne bi jemi alon ko nayo bondinang mol ba fala ko we understand this is why did he not bring that other document ndol nga wala nyinin ka simple mammo neng mammo baneng mawuli ala mo kan nga nyinin ka roleke hakili malo ala ko nyinin ka roke fasalu ahla dhikri natol malo mi ala nyinin ka ndema nyin kaitoje half truth led nata kaiti fula kilin na nata fula njaw manna alkon kana nyinin karo nga nyinin karo ke Facebook atoli ya safe alkon manza kundabe mola kodole tinyaka atoli ya safe alkon manza kundabe mola kodole weska doli ya safe ye president Baro Bamane wallahi ngol beje saferin mol bulata president Obama la yaneng doluko kodonyin 3.6 million ya spend president Bama la jaralol kun ala medical check-up wo mantra saferinje atol yo be safe wala ma atol la beauty nde ko ndemu muslimol dimbe sundin. There is more to this than just this document. Nyimmi e nyin document o fundindi documenti o mi e safero ke nyin SM diba ako kaiti fulale bije attach is a copy that explains the costing of the trip. That is, there is a document that explains how much money is supposed to be spent. Why should it be spent? Wo document obijen. Moja le tata tamola. Itata muntolto. Ye tilijal le kije. Ila padiamol mujellet. Because different levels of government officials are paid different amounts. How many days have you spent? That is also important. How many people traveled? Is it one travel? Is it 2 travels? Is it 3 travels? Because ntolu nga realize leko mansa kundala modol bije kata tamola le bukela padia moso. Ikata tamola ni nata. Yena yela padia moso. Nga ol kala mutale. I work at State House. I was a journalist at State House with GRTS. Ni yaya jamme tamol kel. Nga ol kel. So nga kala mutale ko. Mansa kunda mol katamale fa yena. Ibukela padia molso. So saying, could it not be President's office, grupo mol le tamata, dol tamata. So grupo saba wala mo nani wala mo lulu wala mo warawula mo tanne tamata wala mo muanne tamata. Nyindol tata last month, nyindol tata last week, nyindol tata yesterday. Kabiri benate ko alimbatu because later o miitandi. President la security la kodo bijele, Secretary General fanan tamata la kodo bije, officer do la kodo bije. Safer la mo kleandi. Barinde ko safer la kleandil. A kleandi dameng. Wo kaito. Imanson ka ole findindi. Ala fa ya findindi. Atol min ka diamu. Gambia la kuolom. Ala nga fa ya findindi. Ni ya ke ma ke ku. Amante na fa nyim kodo bukanante la jufokon. Nte ni nyil dodo mo mandeng. Nte mote keri mim nte na bota bakilim fakila be mansa kunda dokol. Mote keri nim mim bota fakila be mansa kunda dokol. Nte la family. Nda malwe politiko kon. Nda ma pet. Mfama di muaning killing awole soto ndamale be politiko kon na buroda dolu di muaning fula be bulu di muaning kilimbe dol bulu di muambe dol bulu na buroda sol. I have almost 150 nephews and nieces ndamale be politiko kon ndama mo mantra mansa kunda dokula ibebe la hajole be la business ole be baluri dol ibe farin tubabudu jama bal famo be kono they are UDP supporters so nyim kodo tende nafala. Barsai, atol mi e safero jani e nyin safero samana. Fonde nyin karo ke lambe ke banku din kendolti. Nga sila Allah Ta'ala la mi alonko. Wale bembe fala. Kafoko tonya. Nyin kaito ko. Kaiti dole be koma. Muna nante o kaito nyin kala. Barimbe nyone wala. Nga modolu moy. Wolko. President Adama Barrow Obama is a private citizen. So it's not our business. Wonyo wuliar be wuliadul. Hani be do ko la GRA. There is an insurance. GRA. Yamara nyile manza kunda Kenya lo. Ta GRTS yetara do ko la je. There is an insurance. Ni ba ma sasada. Ibe insurance ba jolai. Ni la muso sasada ta loptan. The company, the institution pays for their fenko. Ite ka former le President Obama is not part of it. A head of state. Wala family that it is the bloody responsibility of the government to take care of the medical bills of a head of state and the family. Jumalo fali. Banko. Ali amara ika president da malejo yes. Bari jata kendea first lady na sazada. Banko le bato potol. Na sazada. Ala medical bill is on the government. Atol mimbe tubabu du albe nyin nonsense ol dolbe nyin nonsense ol be fala ni se private citizen bloody nonsense ni do ko ke company e jang company mi yalan ko edam malabe do ko la jey ila musoni dingol ika insurance o dila health insurance and dental insurance foy bu ko ke tubabu du jang but we are just here ni mko ko GRTS ma for president office de GRTS ndebe do ko la jey tembo minna I have insurance man fudu wo wato Dr. Tamsiri Mbola health ala clinico mbama kata woldo na pareta GRTS yala medical bilojo my mother is my dependent atol mo jalle do ko la GRA atol mo jalle do ko la Gambia Ports Authority al mo jalle do ko la social security al mo jalle do ko la in other government institutions you have insurance atol ko president a head of state Obama is a private citizen. Yamara molbe kendari. Yamara molbe kendari. And people are telling me, Koha, if they can assign him one or two. Who cares? The state decides how many securities to provide for the president's mother, depending on the need. And they are experts. Ni lafte mo tandiala. Let president's wife, president's mother travel with 10 security officers if they feel that is necessary to protect her. Because these are people with all this hate mimbe kekang. Nya aninyi mo fal ni nonsense o mimbe kekang Gambia. Who knows? Somebody wants to kill the president's mother. Who knows? Because there is nobody more dear to the president than the mother. Adam Barrow, President Barrow. Mote caring Gambia bi, mimbunya tala katamba bamal. Naya no. Ate found la security entourage. Abe min dila bamal ate o dila tel. Adu ning atumako. President mi alonga atele be maralim bankola. He is in charge of the state. Natuma nunga atele hakil tenkum. Pura se banko do kuno. Adniyo se tenkuno. Na sulata security muang. Wala tansa ba inyandol dila bamala. Puru president niyo tenkunga banko tamandi. It is worth it. Ajare talal. Those of you that are security personnel, ali alon den coming for. President, na feel ko. Mbama, asulata mo kemela puri akanda. Purunte sono mo se sonia. Nsono mo se la. Nga banko do kuno. Ajare talal. President anila. Anala sono metenkum. That is number one priority of the state. Because he's the head. He's the center of gravity. So who are you people to decide for how many people? Nani mo tannetata na jareta wala golom. Ni wala be president juso lala. Pour president yalon ko mbama tankatale. Atata medical fengola. Pour in turn president sinano ay function effectively for the state. That is good. Wala neka security di president Obama la. Wala neka security di adingola. Wala neka security di ala musola. That is why they give them security. That is why. Wala na ministeru. Ikela security di la musole la suol kono. Ikela kordal kanda. Itol kata do kuola. Ike kante ikela official kanda. Bari hani ikela ila dame. Wala neka je kanda. Bari nindi amuta. Molte muela. Summum bukimun omuyun. Fahum la yasmaun. Fahum la yerjiun. Ite la muela. It is their hate. Feo fennabe ntolla NPP mansakunda bo indila tol lafta walla. Feo fennabe barola mansakunda NPP tinyala lafta walla. Tonyalo wulialo mbalma kea. Nde Ahmad ko. Nalie tonyafo. Nde hanyila ngana ngal diam. Na hajite oto. Bari wulial kalbo lalan kanna mansakunda bo indi. Ndakela. Bari hanibi. Nanyin diamo be nga minfo. Ibafala anisa mbe wulial. Nga kaito karaye kaitoje mbe wulial. Dukare miye kaito bondi ala faiko. Ye kaito ye mindu koma sambana. Ni onde we cannot say. Say, ninyi mpadia mo 3.6 million. Assuming. Because nengalo neko. Ali Unjai ndenga milong as Secretary General and Head of the Civil Service. The Ali Unjai I know. It's not mad. Abuka doloming. I'm going to claim for per diem that I have not traveled for me and my officers. Baro ate samalalaji. I know Ali Unjai will not do that. Could it be ko? There were several trips mini along kwela per diem ol manjo. Maybe a lot of soldiers went to advance team. Dol nim barotata num Kenya. Dol fele nim barotata Senegal jang. It had April Femkolaje officers. They went to Senegal. They had an independence. How many officers were learning Baro? Iko officers. Malong officer Jumalem. But I know ko. There were officers who traveled with Baro to Senegal. They spent one night there. And at least nim Baro katama. Soldier all min kataka mom one seal. Minimum you pay a Gambian is 160 pounds. 160 pounds per night. So ni momo one netada. Hani wal momo etili killing kije. Momo 20 times 160 pounds. So in wodol ni modol tata tula dol letonum kunum ko. Ye 2 weeks kije. Wale 1 week kije. Wale 7 days kije. Ning ayatumako wo kaito. Ali we have a request from Ministry of Finance. What if that is the case? Maybe there are several trips in the past that they did not pay per diems for. And they are requesting for all of that. What if that is the case? And it accumulated to 3.6 million. What if that is the case? Adum kukili lafta mbenga hakilo tuotu. Ngalom bena diamola. Ha? Ikanyem pa diam jamali ke jo. Ikan buroda sole jo wola. Nyin soja rol. Nyilu buka fenso to la salary buka fenso. Nyin soja rol katama. Ikata padiamo. Ila padiamo. Ni domon dingol soto nanje ila bunjangol mi walla la kordal mi baloka ika wallel feng. A lot of the government officials from Begole Nyama, junior officers. Ni tamata. Adu ni ajibe. You know, you will have a lot of them mini alonkwela kodo venyingon. Wala nante lafta miye nyimbondi. Dukare. Na wuli alefo. Na tonya alefo. Ntolube, we will all come and say, what happened? What Secretary General did? Billahi is wrong. Me, I will join you. Billahi wallahi tallah, I'm fasting. Billahi wallahi tallahi, I'm fasting. Natu manunko ay kodole wes, ay kodole suna. Ay kule ka manya na minkela. Mbeba falal ali unjaye minke is terrible. Adum baronya nta bailal. I will accept that with all of you. I told me benendirola. I agree with all of you. But in the before that happens, let that individual bring that document out. I heard some people say, let the government bring the documents out. Now, for those people, I think they have a problem. You see, this document that is released is a classified state property. It is not supposed to be released. Just because somebody unruly and irresponsibly brought out part of the document does not mean the state should bring out this document. This is a classified state document. Bankola kaitolo nyindimi alonko amanya na fintila banda is classified, is considered secret. You should not bring it out. That is what it is. So because modole kaito do bondi mansakunda nyante kaito bondi moliaji. Fete amara banko kata molenya. A lot of documents kafinti na ikeje, they are not supposed to come out. Luato, they are classified. Itaninte manya na ojela. Jang, nyimbanko kanja. Canada here. Canada here. So there are offices like me. I work with immigration. There are documents I cannot see. I have secret level 2. You have reliability. You have reliability security clearance. You have secret level 1. You have secret level 2. You have top secret. You have NATO level, and you have enhanced top secret. That is Prime Minister, and Minister of Defense, Intelligence Chief. There are different levels. Ntebe do kuola immigration. There are documents mini alko model bendekoto. They cannot see that. There are printers mini alonko. I am in the same office with some people. They cannot get that printer. They cannot access that printer. Nteka printing get office all document or dol nteka all soto. Wal manya na wal jela. Niaje is a crime. It's a crime for them to try and see it. It's a crime for them to go to computer bije imanya na kata wolto. Information on bije mansa kundala information. I'm talking about serious situations in Canada here. And mol min fanal be US be do kuola je. Ibe mansa kundal to do kuola. Wala Angleterre, Gambia nolu. Ali nyininka. So, woni all bondi. Nte kominte nya amata jan. Nte la do kuo mindi. Hani kaiti killing. Nga findin. Nte nya be mala. Hani kaiti killing. Nte nga ofindin. Na findin na office. I must explain that. If I am traveling. Nte la computer. Government a computer mendina. I have to surrender all of them. All of them. Na email, na work email. It has to be deactivated by the system. They deactivate my email. They lock my computers until I come back to office. I cannot access any bloody thing. Adu luo lumbota o department or sound department dodo. Na email ba wipe out lale. I will have no access to it. They will wipe it out. I will never see it. The day I left that office, I cannot access that office. I cannot talk. I cannot anything. So mansakunda katama ole nyama. There are documents menumanya na findila because you are a citizen, because you are a Gambian, you deserve to know. You deserve to. That is bloody nonsense. You know, Gambia. I think there is a lot that is lacking. There is need for a lot of civic education, because andemu Gambian oldi Mansakunda transparency. What bloody transparency? There are documents in manya na minjala. Wo manya na fundila. Documents like this. Yes. Kamo fawo to findindi in at work. Kamo to findindi. Ala date of birth. Ala phone numbers. They are considered crime. Malong how Gambian laws are. So government is not under any funding government for a declassify, they call it classify. But who is Gitteh? Ntanata mina like lafta min fola mololo nyidiko. Alangan sabari. Alangan sabari. Ntanga minfo. With regard to my post. Ntakole ko. President ola nyimbama. Molie minfo. Amanke ko. Nyin 3.6 million. Abama la security damali yolle joala. That is number one. Adun kaito mafoko. President Obama la jaralo. Ya jo wala. Imofo kaito. Kaito mofo. Ako. President Obama la security la kantar lalu. Ani minu tama de tata jaralo. Ay tata balo cheki. Tata loptano do kabalo wiste. Ibe ol jola je. Ibe secretary general jola. Ani ibe order official jola. Officer juma lem dol malo. Officer jalom tan number. Muan number. Tan lul lemba. Tan sabalomba. Maolo. Itata muntoldo maolo ye male suta jalle kije so janni wol kana mi nyin kayto findindi ale Gambia kanule alafta Gambia lale wala atna nyiya kamfa alafa o kayti do bondi mol tol bi jele minu be tata tamola ya be di lale ye kayto be di Ministry of Finance lale ya safele ya dila ye mol min to safe alafa ya sambana atol famo be surprise lako dolbe ol kono so jarol lemu itamin kanendirok ila buroda bakilin fakilin atobe o kayto asekeno amanke barota tata banku do kuolla luwale ya jowola do bije asekeno womu no solti atata training program wala from State House amanke momin bebe State House abemu barola supporta sollet UDP kolbe State House lebe do kuola je so jarolu GDC kolbije APRC kolbije esa falla supportal be State House ni wol be soja lol kona ni police ol ni intelligent officer ni wol tama de tata tamola ye jonang ya sambana atol kalbe president ne nol asekeno ibakilim fakilim koto walle bakilim fakilim do walle la cousin wala tata tamola wala la kodo jo anin dolu wala be o kono asekeno on kawle fa asekeno for it might be ni wol nata wol yela doma ni so ratol be mansane na waste of public resources yo dol jo wolla billahi wallahi tallahi wa musadalti wol dol be condition kono so jaro dol wol ka tamo nyini le ko suto nin tilo because tamo e ka kodo soto wolto police o dol wol ka tamo nyini le ko suto nin tilo na NIA official dol wol ka tamo nyini le ko suto nin tilo ni wol yela 160 pound killing soto ikana ye subosa inila musolia enjoy ila salary bukasi ni wali o trip fulake sabake tilisaba sotonam ikana ye cement boto sabasam ye cement boto tansam ibamal ni famanyol be sirindameng ye jeto puto cemento raki ye laran kendol say bamanyol ye banna sali le yawon sang ye sunkar sukurol sang dol bije ya kodo la nyokan do man mi ya safe ya ta ye bamal la hiji tiketol jo ye samba wala dol dingol be sasaring atol ko mu waste of resources let nde ko waste of resources intede wo kayti fulanjaw mimbe koma mi e fundindiro ke alimbe nga kafunyoma nga fay ko sonko be siarine Watson Gambia atol mi ejin kayti follow fundindi al fulanjaw fundindi ni tonya Mansakunda e tinyaro ke mbe ya itandi because imanya na tinyaro ke it's my government but I will not support my government on doing wrong and I'm on record for defending what is right, even against President Barrow. I'm on record 100% here. But I'll be more than I'm on record. Palaso Soto, Mansakunda. That is one of the reasons. Yes. I am on record. On record. Adama Barrow. I am on record 100%. Alioji Janne. Ning government official ol dunta nyola jande several times puruka Mansakunda defend tonya kang anin tilimo bara nimole saverok nal nim mansa kundala kuwo manta aliye mol support wala nante ko hani ngam mansa kundala ku kunuje sai mbe ko la duma la ngafoy because atol mansa kundala ku kende bukal nyabo mansa kundala ku kendo la alke yele manda alke ka ku kurungal adiamo wartal mbalten lo mbaljal again mbe sundin Mario mienda ngasalole ke mbe sal kulole kan mbenna kurano na daily kurano na hijibo ngawle karanga bang manso min ngaka kamma ngake manso min na kuola billahi alladhi la ilaha ghairu gambia la kairo damante ngole nata gambia la nyato ta damante lafta wala wallahi malla fi ngamo support faniaka bari ndengalon ne ko lungo besoto la ndebelola ala nyati ni wala yawma yaqumu an-nasu li rabbil alamin barato li demira tole min fanati ndemanke woti mbe di fenna muna man tata doku la je nga doku nga kata nyaonya man doku soto je nin daka ka fengole kam matenu mbem fonyola le ali olonne billahi ali olonne nin daka doku ke ngamanza kunda support fengole kam tenu ngam fonyo because ndela nga fengo dundi nyimna parti okuna ni nyimmanza kunda la ko mbe siri njambe diamula molbe mbanena molbe nenna na internet mbole yuska na telefono mbolo yuska na time or my time is what I am using. Baro has no idea I'm doing this. I have not spoken to any government official about this. Wallahi. But in Feleja. But I'll imagine I'll be banning, I'll be cool, I'll be kumo nafiki, I'll be alba be falam. Mbe sunding. Mange toilet. Mange toilet. Woto manza kunda and talom. But I left them in the desonol. Ala bula ka President Obama neng. Altale kaito karang alia faham. Adimina warta bak. Adimina wat. Ngombe min fola manza kundala mole nte ofala. Bari alangan sabari nyoe. That is the final thing. Alangan sabari nyoe. If I feel I have this view about a particular topic, don't insult me. Don't see me as an animal. Don't see me as an enemy of the state. See me as a person who just have a different view. Ndenga ofojang. Wala na niye ala karanin kila kamona fale. Mba kumfala dame. Kila sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Atele Khalid ibn al-Walid. Khalid ibn Walid. Khalid. Alala general ba. Kila le ya bulo wulindi. Ako wallahi nyinon alala tamboti. Alala kulampa mfele. Alala muruba fele. Saifullah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wato alala fango yafo. Ala ko amo di mola. Hani kila fango. Ama fa ko Saifullah. Ay wodi Khalid lela. Kila ay wala fo wato ala ay wala fo. Bari mansata la fango leko. La yantiqu anil hawa. In huwa illa wahyun yuha. Allamahu sadidul quwa. Dhu mirratin fastawa. Wa huwa bil ufuqil a'la. Ala le ofo kilama. Wato nin kila ko momo Saifullah. Ala le ko mari Saifullah. Baro Saifullah kila ya tele chika ayake generaloti Muslim commander coming the chief of defense staff of the armed forces. Kila le Khalita ayo diala kabira be baluri. Kila beleta Abubakar yo title ota ayatu Khalid ibn al-Walid bul. Umar nata ya Abu Sala. Omar ani kila la view fadada ani Abubakar la view fadada fo Umar mo kafirol fo Sayyidina Umar e kafiri alke kila ya Khalid ke generalot ake chief of defense staff ta tolo military head Abubakar fanana ta palaso tuabu Umar na ta tabul because Umar la views about it is different amanke ko Umar ye minke Umar rondal Umar la views about Khalid was right. But Kila Fanala view about Khalid and Abu Bakr la view about Khalid were also right. So you can have opposing views about a particular thing, but Albela view are correct in a way. Nite aje ko nyim banko betende. Ay aman die. Ndenga aje ka betena diatan. Ite ko bente banene be mfanen. Because nte nite man agree. I have tried so hard and I'm trying so hard because I am growing now. Ahmad Gitteh of 2021. I am growing as a leader. Itala la fona omante batandi. Atol mo keme wala mo willy kile na Facebook yende bane. Ite amerete ka fonda politico tinya data. Some of you are silly. You have 2.5 million Gambians. 30 of you, wala 100 of you, wala even 100,000 of you, wala even 300 or 400,000 of you. Atole na alko jite, itala political career tinyatal. Atole yamere ko tinyatal. Go and look at Barrow. We had 1 million eligible voters in 2021. Combinedly, 300 or 400,000 people did not vote for him. Out of 900,000, Usainu Dabo had almost 250,000. Mama Kande had a little over 120,000. Niol Kafunyoma is almost 500,000. Ne Halifa Sallah laji o dol laji. Foye Barrow baliman sahala. Did that stop Barrow from being a successful politician? He's still a president. Ita ila kafunyo danda from UDP. Atol ma agree with me. Atol based on that. Atol kondela political career tinyat. Atol bukaman. Ngal call for Mahmoud Sabali. Is there a political career other than better than a position? Huh? Kabiri Adamani Usenu Kuyat. Alkana na diamo jamfani. Malafin kadiam. Adamani Usenu Kuyat. Ngamol Jeko. President Barrow la political career bandal. He's still the president. 5 years, 6 years, 2018 to date. It's almost 7 years after. He is the most powerful man in that country. Almost 100, in fact, maybe 1 million people don't like President Barrow. Maybe. But out of that 1 million, 400,000 people voted for him and they gave him the most powerful job in that country. Four mange. Momodu Sabali. Kabira Bota UDP. Mole Munefab. UDP Palas Jumal Babul. He was a politician. But ala bila afisiata kunundi. Aliyane ale feumbe fama left him in Falam. He is the special advisor to the president. Womanke Palas Furindid. Atol leka ojeko tulungolo what. But he's a special advisor to a head of state. Mi alon konana da kalbe a chal tela salfana. This salfana banda albe tela mo baby tela. O Adam Barrow. Today, Sabali is a special advisor to that Adam Barrow. Atol ko la political party career tinyadal. Ite you cannot even be a councillor. Ite be sitting Facebook. Ite ko eka one. You think you are successful, just like Donald Trump. Look at him. Probably the worst human being in the world. Is he a failure? Because he's a crazy man. Today he's the most powerful man. Alalajim planet okanja. Mansata lala banko kan. Fil ardi. Moti means Donald Trump sembo mawaramid. Adiata mi akuyate. Na lafta mi mbaila aye bay. Na lafta mi fala aye fa. Banku. Ahena nam. South Sudan na fengo ntolbe. USAID abe kundu. Mojalela salary. Mojalela do kotinya da hani Gambia because of USAID. Alanga hakili maya. Albe Dr. Cisse Nena. Dr. Cisse was a mayor political party leader. He was a mayor political party leader. And in lecturer. Albe Kumo Befalam. He's a state minister. In politics, a state minister is more important than a mayor political party leader. Because a state minister has authority of the state. Dr. Cisse Nako radio station on me a close be a close lal. Hani UDP radio station. Nako I close. Pamodla radio. Eka Dr. Cisse Nendame. Na e safero ke bi. Ako Pamodla home digital e close. Abe close la bi. Sign. Mote fenolaje. Al sendi amo ale fitifada fendenolaje. What is more successful than that? Alka tomal min folmu kuma kense on leti. Faka sali fabu ka sali. Alka jutu dola. Ase kenin Dr. Cisse sujuta alay. Alaka yamfai. Ite miye fanke almighty dow, better down dow. Wala, mune ka fanya dile. Holier than thou. Ite miye fanke holier than thou. Aseke wallahi nin Dr. Cisse sujuta. Alaka atela alabato. Akatela bato kuma ni tati. alsala kilotu woto bake muslimol annabilaay Musa alayhi salatu wassalam ala banko kan babije masibo boyta je masibo boyta jiyo manson kana jiyo manna famin sotota mol konkota mol fata masibo keda banko kan Musa malo minkeda atata lota man sata la nyatile on alayhi salatu wassalam ana koto ma Harun salawatullahi ta'ala alayhim Musa lota ala nyatile wala Musa ko ale namol be kasarala bani Israel an kolu ma koy manzata la koy kon tal sola jiola bi ntal sola sama albetula halakirinde albetula konkoring albetula yankan kadila masibo be boyla alkantal ma koyla ako ale muneketa manzata la ko akay ko jongole be la nyin jamano kono ila kabilo kono mole bije akande alal soki dron akatula tilimbali atilnante alal woto ngabanko be kasara ngamin fo lonali alon kamin fo karanali alon kamin fo anabila Musa amala be minkela I janjanta lundo inata ibe inata aladani ibe lodin aladani dula manzata la jiyo juruminang fo fulot soroda Musa ka diamu alayele wa kallama Allah Musa takliman nitata suratul nisa iba ayo taraje wa kallama Allah Musa takliman Jibril mantra alaning manzata anin Musa tema Musa manzata la nyinin ka akaye Mario munati ne jiyo samanang akaye womo minka sokiraki womo jawba akaya tubitande manzata la male kunum ngala tubo yam fataye ay minda ni nga be samanang Musa ka laftala ka o manoje woke jawba miyati na mo wili wilol fada miyati na sama masibo keta be yangol kasaro keta bani Israel am kol ale masibo boy kan فبما نقضهم ميثاقهم لعناهم وجعلنا قلوبهم ستا يالون علىكو وما كنا معذبين حتى نبعث رسولا اكم بوكا ساتي كم بوكا ماسيبو كوبي ساتي كان فنيغا داندالارو كيجي بارا ماسيبو كوبي ومون ديمو موسى كو على لفتا لا غني مانو جي نين كيومي ني ماسيبو بيكيتي يام فدا لفتا غالون علىكا موسى اكان ديو كيلاكو akaye nyimmonye masibo be kente manzatallala ma wanyari ayen kam fandi fonga nyim masibo be kupa nyim banko be kan nyimmo be fata momina yang junubola nyimmo kilimo barala o be o yankan kato be nga sutura ma wanyari ma tenkere sain dada nga yam fata na diata sain ala kuo ka yam fata nga jioji nga kairo samana nga wanyar hanite Musa nta fole adon ala mola identity dande wota ala kamita nita kamera modo mo kunote womanke mo ala nga hakilo to nyot ndebe min fola Dr. Cisse, he is not correct I'm sorry, he is not perfect. Momod Sabali, he is not perfect. Nye manke nye mu politikolti ni tatalia alko annabiyo mol baba la commando ni natan tolia alko jawol le muyti hasido le muyti mo kurol le muyti dolla haji tije atol le ko baba la commando adu nal diamuta molye ndekal jibele ngajele natol kam Mamadou Sabal la kumol sambanang ala kunum kumolu kuna tele nyimfo va bira nyimfo alngata bawusen la kunum kumol kamanang Baro to us is like Moses to Bani Israel. Atoli yalla ne Musa mu minati Bani Israel am koli. Musa Bani Israel am kolu. Musa mu wali mi dali olon. La ilaha illallah wa rasulullah. Bari kumol fanam fadale. Molko. You know, come rain, come shine. We will support Baro, come rain, come shine. When it was shining, they support. When the rain came, they stopped supporting. Albuka wa kumakawol sambana mini ye wolfo wala kuma yata Mamadou Sabal ti o bankoka wala kallanke yata Mamadou Sabal ti o bankoka na wala bunya na espeko wala be tonya fola wala be laidol ti manla wala be kawol foreyandi la katambi sorry here wala nyante kawol foreyandi la katambi Sabal la sorry here sorry I'm sorry okay take it here Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, play with your toy. Sorry. I'm sorry, darling. I'm sorry. My daughter. She's very jealous. Albe sabali min nenkan. Moliye kumal fo. Minniyew fo. Wallel nga walle expect ko. Wallel be tilina. Wallel be kangol kantala. Wallel be la kuma kangol kantala katambi saballa. Bayri Gambia banko wallin sabal tema sounding banko. Gambia banko wallin Dr. Sise sounding banko. Ngal mole kumol fo enate kuma dolfo. Bi atol ko hani bi wallel mu banko alfaldi. Wallel nyanta mansayala. Sabal ma nyanda kala hani special advisor. Ni moliye de nkande bunyal kanda ni horomo. Ni moliye de nkande horomo ni bunyal ka. Alkana amali baliani horomanta ya tilim mola. Atol dolu. Because mo Jamal be UDP, wal mo kende ballet, they believe in principle, they believe in reality. But al kulubale abul al kana songa muruna ngadiamu. Al man karam moltide. Al nengol man fasiwya mol nengotide. Al man Gambia tarikolo moltide. Adal man sila alala molti. Ndolngalo ne kon naltita kaburu killing. But il lafta minna lafta walla. Lakum dinukum wole din. Ali wolo. Mbada na wolto. Alala dino ta nganna dino ta. Alala party leader ta nganna party leader ta. Alala party ota nganna party ota. Alala government ta baral ko barota la government nganna government ta. Mbe UDP nkollema dolu. Because ato lebe mol nen kanja. Ala abula wai. Sabali damen diata taje. Dr. Sisebe damen taraje. Niyenyim fo bi samaye dofo. Ndenga fo moliele. Hani usien na o kumola min fo kunung. Ana min fo bi. Problem tije. Eka muso jele muso nyini bi. She is the most beautiful, the best woman in the world. My darling, my sweetheart, my morning star, my super kanja, my honey bunny. Eka muso jele biye la fala. Fwe buka la fala. Anyom musu kendo te keri lumi ne kuro ki ala molia. Bari ina itara nyokan lundo ifatala. Ye kamba kama ikala fayafa. Ina ala futu bang. Albuka la kanyoje fali kiyama. Fwe buka keno. Adama di ubuka balonda. Iye moje ilaftala kunum. Ina anada kukela hani mo kendolem. Ay kudo kela wete kamfa imo adama di udamalti. Ima yamfama ina janjanda. Womete ke moja uti. Ye kudo je dolla kuote lafta walla. Hani kukilinom. Iye lafta wale kafuoma. Ndeka fo mole. Usienda bwe mimfo kunu. That's not a problem. Kuna atel ko barom Moses let. Bina e daji kage barola. Atela jero to mambetea. That's okay. But in dol fanalo daji kalaje barola bi mim fisiada kunundi na noma atol kontolte wote no womu jankadi yaldi because alcohol for mole womu batara yaldi womu jena di yaldi al hakedu because alkan kuma kawlu mol kan kuma kan Facebook kanil be fonye al hakedu nyinendi rol munafiqol let manke muslimol mu ala jawol let mu fasikol let ndol man banko kan nga minje adama bala kunum bi nga minje wala fisiada kunundi wala nan tol mba noma laftala ale minje usenu bala kunum ni afisiada bit no problem usene minje adama bala kunum useni amira ko bi adama mo jawol we respect that, we value that, but al mol bunya fanam mol man silalla nte. I have been very quiet. The reason why I have been is I want to be nice nga politiko ke with civility. I'm an educated person, and we expect ko nga saferoke, nga nyo saba, nga jele sama, nga tabeng, nga atayaming, UDP, NPP, because yin sonko ben told them, UDP, NPP, told them, nte party do falaja. Nga ta nga diam. But I told ko mol kana baro defend. But I told you can criticize. Ndol ma fal kana criticize. But not only I criticize, that's okay. Didn't only I defend womu masibol. Yamaral be kendari. Sakatol funding yamaral bal fambul. Almantral fambul why? Allah criticize, it's your right. He's your president. It is your government. We support and defend. It's our right. It's our government. bande kong mbe sundi na alkana mol kamban wala nanata janga dandala roke nga safero ke la nga min safe is my right to write it alkana mol ne alnan na posto adunte mo bulok la de mbuka mo bulok nte bulok la barintele jamal bal ko ndela alno safero la ndela karantaldi ndela hakilo diataldi adun kelo ali mol nyin kan ni mine dindi yak bile sita luolu kande report mfamaya ali nyin karo every day kelo mfamaya every day lamat na report on kada mfamaya bile ke baya keta ala nga nyo bunya nga nyo horoma wayi let us be nice and be friendly. And when you look at my comments too, I don't insult anybody. I am never harsh on anybody. I write nicely. Honey, not in arrogance and anger and insult. I approach you very nice. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.